welcome to another episode of the Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you. I'm Jen Cohen. I'm your host. So much happening. I love October. It's like craziness happening in the Verde Valley. Absolutely the coolest things happening. So we've really packed it in today. So I need to just roll right through. Our first guest today is Chief Rusty Blair from the Jerome Fire Department. They are having their Halloween dance again this year. Of course they are. It's something like they're 40-something, awesome, 50-something years. So get your costumes ready. It's time. You're going to participate. It's amazing, a great event that happens on October 26th. The huge fundraiser. The Naughty Bits are playing. It's awesome. Something you don't want to miss. Chief's in the house. He's going to tell us all about it. Our next guest will be Sheila Stubler. She's the manager at the Fort Verde State Historic Park. She's brought with her Geronimo Martin. He's a park volunteer and a presenter. And they're here to talk about the Fort Verde Days, which are happening at Fort Verde State Historic Park, October 12th and 13th. It's absolutely awesome. Living history presentations, period reenactors, fashion show, there's cavalry drills, and a vintage baseball game. You don't want to miss that. The weather's perfect for it. It's a great event. Then from the Jerome Historical Society, Jay Kinsella will be in the house to talk about their Ghost Walk. That's happening October 11th and 12th. It's truly an amazing event. Way too much fun in the perfect setting of the town of Jerome. Absolutely. Another thing, if you haven't been there, you are missing out. You got to get your tickets early because they do sell out. Then we'll talk with Michael Marshall. He's from Camp Verde Parks and Rec. He's their manager. He's representing the Kiwanis of Camp Verde, and he'll be talking about the second annual Fort Verde Days K-Run fundraiser that is for the community, and it's meant to bring all ages together and create health and wealth awareness. It's just great. Little competition goes a long way, and it surrounds Fort Verde Days, so it really works out well. Then we'll go on location, courtesy of our sponsors at Cat and Verde Links, and we'll go out into the forest, into the desert, into the wilds with Search and Rescue Al Cornell, one of our favorite people. Talk about winter hiking safety. Yep, it's time to start talking about that. So Al's going to go through everything from starting a fire to building a shelter. Really informative, great stuff there. Then we'll finish out our show with a performance from the Salt Miners. Really amazing trio. Blues, the best rock and roll you can imagine. They're lovely. I can't wait to have them perform. So we're going to get started. We have so much to talk about. Chief, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to see you. You are a one-man band up there with the Jerome Fire Department.
Well, actually, now they've given me 2 personnel. So
so you're a 3-man band.
Yeah, 3-man band. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's pretty good for you guys. That's super.
Yeah.
So you've got the Halloween dance. Now this is the 45th annual. Yeah. 45 years of having a good time in Jerome.
A lot of people throughout the years helping put this on, helping facilitate getting gear and stuff for our fire department throughout the years. Our budget's a little bit better than it used to be, and now it's more about amenities for our personnel, like uniforms and direct TV and pizza night.
Right, so. Absolutely, the stuff that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to keep morale up.
Yeah, it is. Trying to maintain a volunteer base is getting more and more difficult. So
certainly, yeah, I bet. That's true, and then it takes money because if you're volunteering and you've got to buy these uniforms or this gear, or you need this respirator or these types of boots. I mean, fire stuff runs hundreds of dollars. It's not like you go to Walmart buy yourself a pair of boots.
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands, excuse me, thousands of dollars, and to ask these people to pay for it and volunteer their time.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate over the past few years. We've gotten some good FEMA grants and stuff, and grants from Firehouse Subs and 100 Club, and so like I say, more it's the town puts in a lot more money into my budget than back in the day when they used to say you had $5,000 to spend and then there was no money in there. So
wow, whoops.
but now so we're doing a lot better. So
good.
But we still like the tradition of running an auxiliary for being able to help support our volunteers and give them some little extras.
Yeah, and it's great to see that the town comes out for it, and of course that people come from all over the country to come to this thing. I know there's people that come every year from many different states, and it's just a absolute bash. The Naughty Bits perform, one of the greatest cover bands ever.
Yeah, last year we did really well because of their performance. and we're going to have them again this year. And last year we even had Wonder Woman and Superman there. So
you did.
yeah.
I know, special appearance. What can I say? We didn't provide you with that photograph, so but it was really wonderful. And the cool thing is it's inexpensive. It's $15 a person, $25 for a couple. It's from 6. It starts, excuse me, at
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, and it runs until 1 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The band starts at 9, and of course it's 21 and over.
Yes.
So you got that. The
And
fun. Go ahead.
Cash only.
Cash only.
Because we don't have credit card capabilities.
Right,
So.
yeah, this is very old school, small town, but Spook Hall holds a lot of people. However, occasionally, here's the rule, this is the kicker. If it's full when you get there, you gotta wait. You gotta wait outside till somebody takes a smoke break or something, and then you get to come in. So you wanna get there early.
Yeah, we do recognize occupant load because we are the fire department.
There you go.
And I am the fire marshal, so
That's true.
we have to adhere to that.
You got to follow that. Now, I will say last year when I went, I did wait outside, but really for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then we went in and we made sure we never left again. So.
And it usually cycles
It does.
pretty fast.
Yeah, I noticed
Typically, we get the early group is the people that come just to support the fire department, and they're usually done by 9:30, and they're going home.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, they're partied out.
Yeah, they're partied out. Yeah, because us younger set like me, you know.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
By 1 o'clock, I've been done a long time.
Yeah,
you know.
I bet.
When you go to bed at 10, it's once kind of over
That's
the top.
your one night a year to really stir it up. I have to say the costumes are always amazing. I see the best costumes, and of course there's a costume contest, first, second, and third places, and the prizes last year were insane. I mean, it's not like $50. It's like, well, you get to stay here and meals, and then you get this other thing, and you get this trip, and you get this stuff. It's like, wow.
Yeah, usually we're really fortunate in getting donations for rooms and stuff. And I think last year we ended up even going through prize number 5, you know. So
yeah, because you had so many great. I remember it was challenging for the judges to pick. They had all these people up, and like, wow, we have to pick somebody, and then there were special acknowledgments for people in the audience that maybe didn't get that far up. But wow, the turnout was spectacular.
And you must be present to win.
Yes.
Because we've had that where in the past we tried to locate people after the fact, and it just does not work out real well. So
I bet. And costuming, who is that masked man?
Yeah.
Well, it's a wonderful event. I love that you keep up with the tradition. The community loves it. You know, tourists come from out of town to enjoy the festivities as well. It's inexpensive, $15 at the door, cash per person, or $25 for a couple. Little discount, but it's cash. It's at the door. There's no reserved tickets. You got to go. If they're full, you got to wait. Definitely really do your costume up, because if you don't, you'll look at everybody else and go, oh, geez, I should have done a little better. And of course, the proceeds, they all benefit the Jerome Fire Department. So, you know, you can't lose.
Yeah, no, it's a great event, and we do have a full cash bar, so please drink responsibly. Most people that come from out of state or whatever, they book rooms a year in advance locally. So, and then there are taxis available, so usually we do not have too many issues with that. So.
Well, good. Yeah, you've got it all figured out after 45 years. You know how to run this thing.
Yeah. I hope.
How many years have you been involved?
Way too many.
Oh, you're not going to let us know that.
No, I've been on the fire department 24 years now, so yeah. So
well, that's great.
13 as chief, so, and as chief you kind of end up being part of the auxiliary, and if you're not driving it, it kind of goes away. So
sure. Well, good for you for keeping up that work. I know you have a lot of plates in the air, always.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. So you can check out the Jerome Fire Department on Facebook. They have jeromefd.com or org.
Yeah, I don't know. I have
go
somebody
there
else
too.
do that stuff.
That's super. Check it out. But as I say, no tickets available until you get to the door. You got to be there. You got to be there to win. October 26th. It starts at 8. Band starts at 9. Goes to 1. Check it out. We'll be right back with more of the Verde Valley Experience. So don't go away.
Breakthrough Medicine's Dr. Shada Sina offers comprehensive hormone testing and customized hormone therapy with a focus on lifestyle medicine, weight loss, allergy drops, brain and digestive health, seasonal detox, and nutrition. Dr. Sina is a referral physician for Suzanne Summers, specializing in bioidentical hormones for men and women. Breakthrough Medicine is located in Cottonwood's Hot Yoga Plaza. Call for a 15-minute complimentary new patient consultation, 928-649-0269, or visit online at breakthrough-medicine.com.
Been hearing about the crazy benefits of CBD? Find out how CBD can help you at SEDONA's #1 resource, CBD SEDONA. Come in for a free consultation and let our trained medical staff help you find the perfect product for you. Pain-relieving salves, full-spectrum oils, honeys, teas, cookies, and even CBD for pets. Ready to feel fantastic? Come on by CBD SEDONA today.
Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging uses a state-of-the-art medical digital camera to take a picture and create a map of the body's infrared patterns, later interpreted by an MD specially trained in reading thermography. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging is the leading medical imaging and proactive healthcare, detecting early danger signs years before other tools, finding early breast disease up to 8 years before mammography may detect it. Schedule a scan with Carol today. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging. Say yes to thermography.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. Now we're going to talk about Fort Verde Days. It's amazing. You know, we talk about this every year, and every year it gets even more amazing. In the studio with us, we have Sheila Stubler. She's the manager for Fort Verde State Historic Park. And we have Geronimo Martin, who is a park volunteer and a presenter. And then we have the beautiful Samson here, keeping the floor warm. So full house right now. Yeah. So Fort Verde Days, always an amazing event. You guys do such a great job. What should we expect this year?
Well, October 12th and October 13th, Saturday and Sunday, and we have a special presentation by a band. It's the Camp Carlton Band. Really? They're coming all the way from California. It's a 5-piece brass band, and for the first time in years, they're going to actually do a dance. And it's in partnership with the Town of Camp Verde and Fort Verde State Park, so it's going to be at the Town Ramada. So you want to bring your dancing boots and come on over Saturday night, 5:45 till 6:45 or so. They're going to do calls, kind of like the old square dancing, but it's a 1880s period brass band. So there's going to be the reenactments, the cannon crew, of course the parade's going to happen on Saturday, all kinds of presentations, and Geronimo will be presenting on Saturday at 2 p.m. at Fort Verde State Park. And so lots of family-oriented activities. In the parade, we will have the winners of the Little Breeches and Petticoats contest, as well as, of course, the Colonel's daughter will be riding in the parade, and with the Grand Marshal this year, which is Howard Parrish. So,
hooray for Howard!
Yeah, it's excellent.
What a great Grand Marshal! Absolutely. And then you keep that mum.
Yeah, Howard
this is
and
like
Betty.
The first time we're going to hear. That's so great. Yeah. See, that's what I love about Camp Verde, the community, the sense of community you have, along with the sense of history. I mean, Howard is part of the history of Camp Verde.
He was the original founder of the Camp Verde Cavalry, and the parade that started, it was all because of the Camp Verde Cavalry.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Jerry, you've got a big position there. So you're presenting on Saturday at 2 o'clock?
At 2 o'clock.
Okay, what's your presentation going to be on?
The presentation this time is going to be on the need for Indian Scouts, and which goes along with most of what I've been doing. I volunteered like 2 years ago. Can you believe it's already 2 years?
It's your anniversary.
And I really enjoy the kids that come through and letting them hopefully live the reenactment of the old times, of the old days, when the Wild West was still the Wild West, which is the final frontier. That's what Arizona is, you know. Right. The ending of Geronimo's surrender actually constituted the end of all Indian wars. Yeah,
that's big.
A lot of people don't know that. But
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. You always do such a wonderful job over there at the fort, and every reenactor you have, every person you have, volunteering or employed at the fort is just amazing. The quality of the educational experience that it is going to the fort is great on any day's basis, but if you go October 12th and 13th for Fort Verde Days, it's over the top.
And Saturday is the fee-free day, so we want to go ahead and make sure everybody knows it's the one time a year that we get a chance to say thank you to the community, to everybody, and admission is free that day.
Wow. So, of course, you're always accepting donations.
Always accepting donations, always accepting volunteers, because the volunteers have kept us alive literally the last few years, and we can't thank everybody enough, because the revenues collected support the fort, so when they do come through on a non-fee free day, everything helps us out.
Every little thing.
And a discount to vets.
Yes.
All right.
Arizona State veterans get a discount. All they have to do is show their ID, and it's a 50% off pass. And unless you're 100% disabled, then they also have that pass too.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's great that you can offer that. So, what brought you to volunteer, Jerry?
What brought me to volunteer was simply when I first moved back into Camp Verde, I started trying to take in the sights, because we'd been visiting Arizona for 7 years before we decided to make the final move to retire, which is a long way from retirement now. I'm busier now than I was when I was actually working. Stopped at the fort, and then they had a nice Indian display in the very, very back. And then I was kind of in question why there was so little mention on my great-great-grandfather, Geronimo, himself Goyasle. And so I went and asked, and the guy behind the desk says, well, go talk to Sheila. You know, she's the one that's in charge, you know. And he says, if you wanted to add to it, he said, you know, what you can do is you can volunteer. And so I asked what the volunteering was all about, and he said, just ask Sheila, she'll tell you. So anyway, she told me about what they were mainly geared at was the actual scouts that were there at the fort, which are the Medal of Honor recipients. A lot of them were right here in Camp Verde at that fort. Nice. And so that caught my interest, and so I said, well, that's a good place for me to start, you know. And then talking to her, she brought up El Chesde. And I wondered if that was the same El Chesde that my great-grandmother told me about, that was boyhood, which was older than Geronimo himself, but it was a boyhood playmate, and it turns out to be it was, because later you will find that General Crook found out about that relationship and used him for negotiations, like a telegraph, back and forth information.
Wow. How amazing for you to have the great-great-grandson.
It was
Geronimo,
amazing.
A volunteer. Did you like leap out of your skin?
Incredible, yeah. Actually, all these years, I mean, I've been at Fort Verde since 2003, and when he came through the door and mentioned about volunteering, that's one of the things I've always felt that we were missing, is somebody's a different perspective. You know, so somebody who's Yavapai or somebody who's Apache. And so we just knew that it was a perfect fit when Jerry showed up, and he had said that he'd like to give back to back to the people and share his story about his relation. And oddly enough, the week after he came, I had a gentleman that came through who looked like Cochise, and he, you remember what I did? Yeah, so he came through.
He and I can talk to each other. That was awesome.
Yeah, so he literally, he had said, he goes, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I look like Cochise. And I'm like, yes. And then he's like, well, he said he was my great-great-grandfather. And I was like, you're kidding. And I said, Geronimo just came through. And then
she exchanged the numbers with us, and yes, we have been in communication.
Yeah. So I was like, I said,
it's pretty awesome to find out about our lineage. I'm Chiricahua Apache. I'm also Mescalero Apache, and also Lipan Apache.
Wow.
So, and we can thank Ancestry.com because I found out some other neat things through my DNA, which was pretty interesting, and that's finding out I have cousins and cousins everywhere.
Oh, right on. It's great Christmas time, must be fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so to meet Jerry and hear say his relation to Geronimo, and then to meet a direct descendant of Cochise, all within like a week and a half, was incredible. Just, it blew me away.
And tiny little Camp Verde.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so it's just amazing for a small town. We've got big history.
Well, you never knew who comes through that front door. And so when we were saying, okay, Cochise, let's put you in touch with Geronimo. And you know, and Jerry's contributed to so many presentations with school groups, and it's a piece of history that needs to be told and shared. And so he's doing presentations not only to school groups or at special events, but also he'll be doing a presentation in SEDONA in February, February 13th. So.
February 13th at SEDONA Museum. Yeah, I believe that's what it is.
SEDONA?
They said it would be advertised, but February 13th, Thursday, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and I will be doing a full presentation entitled Life is a Story, and it's going to cover the birth, the childhood, the life, the warfare, and the imprisonment, and up to the death of Geronimo.
Wow. Well, you can't be a better person to deliver that.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Well, of course, I always promote Fort Verde State Historic Park. It's a wonderful place to go anytime, but during Fort Verde Days, it's the best. So October 12th through the 13th, if you go to azstateparks.gov or azstateparks.com, you either one redirect you, it puts you there. You can see all that's going on. You're going to have living history presentations with the Buffalo Soldiers, Indian War Periods reenactors, other special presentations, a fashion show, cavalry drills, vintage baseball game is going to be happening on November 2nd from 10 to 4. Of course, the parade, one of my favorite things, happens on Saturday morning. You gotta love it. Saturday is fee-free. You just couldn't stuff more great stuff and history into one little package in Camp Verde. So thank you both very much for what you're doing and how you're keeping history alive in Camp Verde.
Thank you for
really
having us.
appreciate you.
Thank
Absolutely. Check it out. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Regrow, repair, replace. Regenerative medicine is the process of creating living, functional tissues to repair or replace tissue or organ function lost due to age, disease, damage, or congenital defects. Dr. Forrest Lanchbury and the team at SEDONA Regenerative Medicine specialize in finding relief for patients suffering from chronic pain. Contact SEDONA Regenerative Medicine to learn about anti-aging medicines that will help your body heal itself. 928-282-2520 or SEDONARegen.com.
Solid Rock Fitness is a one-on-one fitness studio specializing in fitness over 50. I train older adults of all fitness levels, from athletes and avid sports participants to folks with chronic pain to those recovering from surgeries. You and I will focus on strength training to improve overall muscle tone, core conditioning, balance, agility, flexibility, and nutrition. Mastery of these components of fitness will help you live your life to the fullest with confidence and competence.
Start your journey toward better health with Ageless Touches Massage Therapy. Licensed massage therapist Richard Stevens uses the latest and best equipment to relieve scar tissue, electronic smog, and tinnitus. Ageless Touches does everything they can to work your issues down to the bone. Improve your path to better health with Ageless Touches Massage.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. I'm now here with Jay Kinsella. He's the general manager for the Jerome Historical Society. It's absolutely cool. The Ghost Walk, it's time. It's awesome. It's happening the 11th and 12th from 6:30 to 9:30, multiple shows. Really some of the most fun I've ever had in Jerome. It's just so amazing every year. How long have you guys been doing this now?
This actually makes our 13th year, or 16th year, excuse me.
16th year.
Yes.
Wow.
And I've been involved in all of them.
Really?
Yes.
That's great.
I've been with the society for many years. I think I've been with them for 14 years, and I did it a couple of years just because I thought it was really kind of pretty sensational how they go about doing it. So.
Absolutely. I've been to several, and I will go to every single one from here on out. It's just way too fun. You get to walk around. Of course, point number one, you will be walking. The streets are Jerome streets. No, I love the posters. No high heels allowed. Absolutely no high heels.
Yeah, that's our disclaimer. Yes, no high heels, you know, nice flat soled shoes. As everyone knows, it's been to Jerome, and if they haven't been to Jerome, they find out our sidewalks and roads are historically accurate.
Yes.
So it's not perfectly smooth.
Means not to code.
Yes, we want to make sure that everyone is safe, enjoys themselves, and makes it home okay. That's what it's all about.
I bet. Now, when you do this walk every year, there's a lot that goes into it. There's the finding the reenactors or the actors. There's the writing of the stories and picking out which stories should we tell. There's props, there's sets, there's maps, there's traffic control, there's... Yes. Wow. The
first thing that we do is Steve Pontius, who is our president of the Historical Society. He's the guy that comes up with the stories. And what we do is we get our stories from our archives. So if somebody says, well, I don't believe that it happened, we can actually prove that it did. Now, we exaggerate a little bit and things like that, but the bottom line is we have the court records or the inquisitions and things like that, and that's what everything is based on. And, you know, thank goodness we have people that want to get involved. You know, when we started this years and years and years ago, there was probably 15 of us that did everything. Now we have upwards of 30 to 40 actors and actresses. We have people that are behind the scenes. I'm in charge of setting up all the scenes, coming up with all the set design, that type of thing. And you know, it's our way of showing Jerome's history in a play type venue. This year we're going to have 7 scenes, and with those 7 scenes, we'll take you to basically 6 different locations. We're going to double up on 1 scene, but then after that, like I said, 6 different areas. So we'll walk you around Jerome, and we'll keep you all together and answer the questions and things like that you may have. But mainly, it's just kind of our opportunity to reenact some of Jerome's history, which is very important. The society is very involved in Jerome and Jerome's history and things like that, and it happens to fall on the same weekend that the Spook Weekend is on, which is the kind of like the class reunion or the classes reunion. And we also have on Saturday the 12th, we will have mariachis on Main Street in between 11 and 1 on the parade steps, which is something that the society puts on. And so it'll be a busy weekend, busy month.
Oh my gosh.
Busy everything in Jerome.
And it's usually busy. You're always up to something in Jerome. But October, you pull out all the stops.
Yeah, we always have something up our sleeve.
Absolutely. Lots of things. You got to wear long sleeves because you've got so much up there. Where do you get all the actors?
You know, locals. And then the other group that's kind of been helping us out quite a bit is the old acting group out of SEDONA. They come in and they love the idea, and we feed them before every performance, and then we have a big hoorah after the performance, a couple of days after, and we feed them all again, and that type of thing, and it's the people that literally really love Jerome, love Jerome's history. They love what the society is all about, and our mission statement and things like that, which is, you know, try to get out Jerome's history as much as we possibly can. And this is one of the avenues that we do.
That's incredible. And the history is by no means boring. We're talking scandalous and just
only in
nicely horrifying things that have happened in Jerome, and each one is completely different and so enthralling. And it's good to say that the material is PG-13.
Yes.
And saying that,
yeah,
you know,
PG-13
without, prepared.
Yeah, flat shoes and PG-13.
PG-13, that's very important. I have taken my daughter every year, and she's loved it.
Yeah, and you know, history is history. And history isn't always a G movie.
Yeah.
We make sure that the truth is there, and sometimes the truth isn't all pretty fun and games. So
yes.
And so, you know, this year it's going to be great. This year's is the demise of O.A. Daggs, and I really don't like getting into what it's all about, because I want everybody to enjoy it. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, supposedly. And but again, you know, we're inviting everybody to come up there. All the proceeds go back to the Historical Society. We do make sure that the actors and actresses are compensated, and then we hold back a little bit of money for next year's performance and that type of thing.
Well, certainly. And if people go to JeromeHistoricalSociety.com, they can get tickets. Tickets are how much?
$15 for Friday, $20 for Saturday, performances start at 6:30, run every half hour till 9 o'clock. 6:30 performances, it's just getting to be a little on the dark side. 7 o'clock performances, you're in the dark all the way through 9 o'clock. We'll make sure that you get scene to scene in great shape, and hope to see a lot of people there.
Oh yeah, absolutely wonderful. Go to JeromeHistoricalSociety.com. All the information that you need. Jay, thank you so much for what you're doing. Appreciate you. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Breakthrough Medicine's Dr. Sheda Sina offers comprehensive hormone testing and customized hormone therapy with a focus on lifestyle medicine, weight loss, allergy drops, brain and digestive health, seasonal detox, and nutrition. Dr. Sina is a referral physician for Suzanne Summers, specializing in bioidentical hormones for men and women. Breakthrough Medicine is located in Cottonwood's Hot Yoga Plaza. Call for a 15-minute complimentary new patient consultation, 928-649-0269, or visit online at breakthrough-medicine.com.
Been hearing about the crazy benefits of CBD? Find out how CBD can help you at SEDONA's #1 resource, CBD SEDONA. Come in for a free consultation and let our trained medical staff help you find the perfect product for you. Pain-relieving salves, full-spectrum oils, honeys, teas, cookies, and even CBD for pets. Ready to feel fantastic? Come on by CBD SEDONA today.
Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging uses a state-of-the-art medical digital camera to take a picture and create a map of the body's infrared patterns, later interpreted by an MD specially trained in reading thermography. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging is the leading medical imaging and proactive healthcare, detecting early danger signs years before other tools, finding early breast disease up to 8 years before mammography may detect it. Schedule a scan with Carol today. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging. Say yes to thermography.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. I'm now here with Michael Marshall. He's at Camp Verde Parks and Recreation Manager. He's representing the Kiwanis of Camp Verde today, here to talk about the Fort Verde Days K-Run fundraiser for the Camp Verde Kiwanis. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Great. We just talked about Fort Verde Days and all the amazing things. Well, guess what? There's something else happening as well. Mike, what's going on?
Well, this is their second annual run for the Kiwanis. There's a fundraising run. Last year they started it. It was really well last year, so they're hoping to get more this year. It had 125 runners last year, and so they're hoping to do better. The long-term plan for them is to expand this into a regional Northern Arizona series of races, with races in Cottonwood and Sedona and Prescott and Flagg that would get more runners up to this part of the country. But this one's focusing on the fundraising for the Kiwanis Club in Camp Verde as part of Fort Verde Days.
Well, very good, very good. And you've got 2 different races you can participate in. There's the first race in the 10K. Right,
there's a 10K and a 5K race. Then there's also a 3K walk race, you know, for people that just want to get involved and get out. They all start at the same place at the Yavapai Apache Nations Veterans Park next to the Cliff Castle Lodge over by the casino. And they go down Montezuma Castle Highway and then back to there.
Yeah, very pretty, very nice run. You know, grueling but not horrific.
Yeah, a little bit of hills here and there. You know, runners like to have some challenge, but you know, it's no climbing up the rim or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
Right, that's true. And of course, it benefits the Kiwanis Club of Camp Verde.
Yeah, Kiwanis Club does a lot of stuff for Camp Verde. They do stuff for my programs. They support our youth recreation programs, but they also do music programs for the school. They work with clothing and back to school supplies. They have some behavioral health opportunities, and also do some scholarship opportunities. So they do more than just help out my program. They help out a lot of different programs.
Yeah, that's a lot. Now, how's your program specifically going these days?
We're doing really well. You know, this is a busy time of year for us. Obviously, we're doing Fort Verde Days ourselves. In conjunction with, you know, the Camp Verde Promotions, the volunteer group that did these things for about 10 years. They're still doing the parade this year. Obviously, we're cooperating with the fort with the stuff that's going on. But as far as the town Parks and Rec goes, we've taken over the logistics and the operation and the planning of the events. So that's busy for us.
Yeah.
It's also, you know, we've got Camp Verde, the Grasshopper Grasshopper basketball program that's kicking off the weekend after Fort Verde Days. So that's a busy time of year for us. And again, that's something that the Kiwanis Club supports with us. And then the end of the month, we've got Trunk or Treat, which is another thing that's supported by them and brings out lots of costume ghouls to check out the treats on Main Street.
Right, yes, tell us about that.
So that's a free event we do every year. It's done on Halloween night. It's from 5 to 7. We shut down Main Street. The town buys a lot of candy along with money that we've got donations from other groups. And we supplement candy that individuals and businesses and organizations come that want to pass out candy. And we set it up for 2 hours. Kids can come down, walk around. The businesses on Main Street do a lot of decorating their stuff. Other groups come in and set up a car or a vehicle. We've had last couple of years, we've had a couple big groups that have come in. Well, I shouldn't say groups, big equipment. McDonald's Brothers has brought a large front end loader the last couple of years, all decorated up. They fill the front of the bucket with dirt, and then they put skeleton pieces and headstones and stuff in there. We've had a couple drilling company that was there last year. We've got a bigger one coming this year that we'll have a big drilling rig set up with lights and stuff. So it's kids love big equipment like that, and it's a safe place for the kids to come with their parents, go up and down the street. Like I said, we start at 5, so it's plenty of daylight for younger kids and stuff. We're over by 7, but it gets darker towards the end, so the older kids that want to come out and enjoy the spooky darkness can be there, and we set up a bunch of decorations along the street.
That's great. Yeah, you guys do so much.
We try.
Camp Verde. It's amazing, and fundraising is very important. To be able to have those funds to do these things. These events cost money. Any sort of event, even if it's a free event for you, will cost money for them to go ahead and do that. So if you're interested in participating in the run, go to mangledmomentum.com/events. If you want to sign up for the Fort Verde Days K Run, it's way too fun. It's inexpensive. Yep. It's a way to bond with your community, bond with your children, your friends, whatever, over a wonderful activity on the perfect time of year, on a relatively easy road to run on.
Yep. Yeah, and half the road is shut down, so they have plenty of space to work. They can also register the day of the event if you decide to, hey, 7 o'clock in the morning, I want to come out and register. The races start at 8, and they're staggered. Or like I say, you can go online. It's it's $40 for the 10K run, $25 for the 5, and then $15 for the 3K run. But anybody who's under 18 is $10 for any of those races. Wow. So, if a lot of runners 14, 15 years old want to, get in a race, it's only $10 for them no matter which distance they're doing.
Oh, great. That's great. Get the kids involved, and it's a little bit cheaper. So that's great. Now, you must have quite a few sponsors to be able to put this on.
Yeah, they've got a lot of sponsors for that race. It costs about $5,000 for them to put the race on because they hire a company that does the timing and that kind of stuff. There's T-shirts for participants. There's medals for winners. There's snacks. There's traffic control, that kind of stuff. I don't know all of the sponsors. I know Cliff Castle Casino is one of the sponsors. I believe SRP is one of the others. But it takes a lot. As you mentioned, it's not a free event. Right. Like for us with Fort Verde Days, we've got several sponsors, that are helping us to do that, plus the funds from the town. SRP and Larry Green Chevrolet are both big sponsors for our events that help us, because one of the things we do with our events is we want it to be free for you to attend. You don't have to pay to get into the event. Obviously, if you're buying food or something, that's different. But and again, the Kiwanis is looking to raise money with this race to support all their year-round stuff. They also, if you want to help out and you don't want to run, instead, at 7 o'clock, they're also doing a pancake breakfast at downtown at our facility. So if you can run at 7, or you can come downtown and have a pancake breakfast to benefit the Kiwanis. And either way, you're helping them out with fundraising, and you can get to pick which one of those activities you'd rather do on an early Saturday morning.
Pancakes or running? That's a tough one. Yeah. How much is a pancake breakfast?
I'm not sure, actually. I should have checked there. I think it's a $5 or $10 donation. Right. And it's right downtown, and we have a gym. It's in our gym. Next to our gym has a community kitchen there. So
great.
We'll have signage up so they can find it.
That's great. And that's Saturday morning.
Yep, Saturday morning from 7 to 10. Just in time for the parade to kick off at 10 o'clock outside. So
good to start a parade with a full belly. Yep. If you go to visitcampverde.com, there's lots more information there for you as well. Visit campverde.com, or if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, 928-554-0828. And again, if you want to register beforehand, you can go to mangledmomentum.com/events, but you're also welcome to register the day of. Super easy. First race starts at 7, then the next release is at 8, and typical typical run stuff.
Yep.
Keeps it easy and makes it fun for everybody in the community. Michael, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us
and
here.
thank you for what you're doing through the Kiwanis of Camp Verde. That's really awesome.
Okay, they're a great group.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Hi, this is Lori and Melissa from SEDONA Soul Spaces. We are the premier source for all your interior design, decorating, and staging needs.
Every day people ask, why didn't I call you sooner?
Let us use our passion, creativity, and experience to make your life easier.
Don't make costly mistakes. Call us and we will help save you time and money.
We offer full-service interior design, custom furnishings,
complete home staging, turnkey vacation home packages.
SEDONA Soul Spaces, creating extraordinary spaces that delight your soul.
Welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now out here in the desert with Al Cornell, who is a search and rescue volunteer for the past 23 years. I think he knows what he's talking about. You're going to share with us today survival tactics for if you're out in the woods, you're hiking, you're on a camping trip, something goes wrong, you have to spend an unintended night out in the forest. What are the basic things you're going to need and the skills that you must know?
Yes. Okay.
First, we start with all the things that you need, which really isn't that much.
No, it's a good point. You have to think of surviving in an emergency. First thing is, it has to start when you leave home. You can't enter a survival event when you get out there, fall, break a leg, and say, oh, now I need to start a fire, I need to get, no, it's too late. You need to walk away from the house for your hike, or whatever you're going to do, with everything with you. And then you need to look at your survival in three layers of defense. Your first line of defense is your clothing. You got to have good clothing for the wintertime. Try to leave the cotton off, wear polyester, polypropylene, all of that's good stuff to wear. Layers are good. Make sure you have a good jacket when you're out there. If it's warm in the daytime, you can take the jacket off and wrap it around your waist or something, but you don't want to be caught out at night with improper clothing. And a woolly cap and a scarf are really very helpful and don't take up much room. I never go on a winter hike, even a 4-hour day hike, without carrying something to protect my neck and my head.
Sure.
And of course, gloves are very helpful, both in keeping your hands warm when you're trapped out at night and collecting firewood and things like that in the dark.
Right.
So clothing is first line of defense. Second line of defense is your shelter. Like the shelter right here. That shelter took 20 minutes to set up. The inside of that will go up over 30 degrees with that fire in front of it like that, licking the rocks. You're getting infrared heat from the rocks. So it could be 10 degrees out here and it's going to be over 40 degrees in that shelter. You're going to live. Shelter, here's another one here. That's a, look at that shelter. That's nothing.
Yeah.
It's 5 by 8. It weighs, I think, 6 or 7 ounces. No excuse not to carry this stuff, because all of this stuff here weighs a little over 3 pounds. So it's insurance. It's crazy not to carry this stuff. I always carry 2 trash bags because I stuff them with boughs like this here. Oops. I stuff them with juniper boughs, get me off the ground inside my shelter.
You want to be off the ground.
You will die much more quickly if you're sitting on cold ground.
Yeah.
So I always carry 2 trash bags, and in the summertime I carry them also for rainstorms and things that are not expected. Another thing to carry is an emergency blanket. This is to wrap up in really cold weather. You can wrap up in this and it'll really retain over 90% of your body heat. And it doesn't weigh anything, so it's foolish not to have that.
Sure.
With regard to the first part of my pack, protection, it's clothing, second is shelter, and then shelter, you can't put that stuff up without something. So I carry some cordage, I carry a knife, and so I can rig up my shelter with these items. Without that, it's going to be very difficult. This is a little rain poncho if somebody wants to carry one. It's not as necessary, but I have one in the pack because it doesn't even weigh an ounce. And then the other part of your defense out there, you got clothing, you got shelter, and then the third line of defense is fire. You have to have a way to have a fire at night, like the fire over there. There's various ways of doing it. I always carry 2 or 3 lighters at least. I carry a piece of tin foil because if it's wet, I can lay the tin foil on the ground, put the fire on it immediately.
Brilliant.
I like the metal match because the metal match and a cotton ball, even if wet, you can take this cotton ball and strike a metal match, open it up, make it nice and lots of hair sticking out, take your metal match, do this, and all of a sudden you've got a flame.
Nice.
Even though it's wet.
Nice.
A little bit of rubber in there. Rubber burns wet. Duct tape burns wet. Here's a can with another piece of tin foil in it. The can is more for winter. You don't want to eat ice or snow.
Right.
You want to melt ice or snow before you drink it. So, and it's a nice container to put all this other stuff in. Stuff it in there. So that's your protection. Clothing, shelter, and fire. Fire is the great mitigator. You get out there with the wrong clothing, or you get out there and your shelter isn't working well, fire will still keep you alive.
Right.
You will not be comfortable, but you don't die of discomfort. You die of freezing to death.
Right.
That's right.
Discomfort never killed anybody.
Now, you may be out there longer than you want, so you need to have a way to signal people. If you're lost, the next day, if you have a signal mirror, you can signal aircraft. And although they may not be able to come over and look at what you're doing, they will report your flashes. And then it goes into the system of the deputies and the sheriffs, and whatever county you're in, they'll launch a search. And a whistle's good. A whistle will attract attention much further than a loud voice will. And then we have actually successfully rescued people at night because they had light. Didn't know where they were. We didn't know where they were. All we knew where their car was. And we're out there searching for them, and then we see a light. One guy we rescued, he was flashing his camera because he saw our headlamps. And he had no idea where he was.
His camera. Brilliant.
Flashlight, and then this helps you camp at night also. First aid kit doesn't have to be much more than a soap dish like this. I have Band-Aids, scissors, tweezers, some normal meds like Benadryl and stuff in it, aspirin, and some of those alcohol preps and things like that, and Neosporin. Land navigation. You shouldn't be out there without a map and a compass. And it's so easy in this area because they have all these maps produced for this whole area.
Yes, great.
Like this with all the trails on them. So a map and a compass, and interestingly, that's why we end up rescuing people. They go out there and then they don't know where they are, and they don't take a map or a compass.
Sure.
So
an acre
navigation
of desert looks like an acre of desert.
So now we got protection, we have first aid, we have signal, we have navigation. This is a GPS here. A real easy thing to learn to use, and they're accurate within 3 meters of wherever you are. And then the last item is some sustenance, something to drink, some food bars, and that's about it. And all of this, not counting the clothing, all of this weighs about 3.5 pounds. It doesn't cost very much, and it's life insurance.
Absolutely. Something you don't want to leave home without, especially if you're hiking in the winter.
And you can go to any outfitter store and buy a backpack like this, and I think that pack probably weighs 10 or 12 ounces is all.
Yeah.
So I've really am interested in making sure I'm lightweight because look at how old I am. I'm not a young kid anymore. I'm not like you guys. So I do go light, but I make sure all my areas, my 5 areas, are covered. So I'm going to be alive the next day.
Absolutely. And all of this can make you a shelter. You have food. You have what you need. This shelter is magnificent, Al. If we could walk over there and take a quick look at that. This is what it looks like when you've got it put together. This is something special. The whole contraption weighs about ½ pound at most, including the cordage, the blanket, and the bag. And you snap that up, you say, in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Put some weeds in here and get the fire going again. But yeah, this, but what saves me time is I leave all the ties on it. And the one over there, the yellow one, has all the ties on it.
Oh, there you go.
So all I do is I put a ridge line, I call it a ridge line, a piece of parachute cord between 2 trees. And and tighten it up, and then just tie it to it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And what's the difference of the temperature here, Al, versus the temperature in there?
Conservatively, you're about 35 degrees warmer in here. 35. And one test I ran between two shelters, one with and without fire, the temperature difference was 39 degrees.
Wow.
And it was below freezing during the test.
Right.
And the difference was 39 degrees.
So with this,
and
you're
I was
going to
stunned.
survive.
And I discovered that accidentally. I was sent out, in fact, it was near this area, and I was supposed to be the subject of a search. And they sent me out right in the morning. It was in the winter. I set this thing up and started a fire and was waiting for them to find me. And I found myself taking clothes off. I said, this is crazy. It's 20 degrees out here.
Well,
and so when I got home, I set 2 of them up with thermometers in each one, and 39 degrees was the difference.
Wow. That's huge.
I really love this idea here.
There you go. So make sure you have one of these when you head out into the forest. Amongst other things, make sure you have enough clothing, something to build a shelter with, something to make fire with, something to navigate with, and of course sustenance as well. Al, thank you for sharing all that information.
Okay.
Yes, you said you gathered a
Thanks
lot
for
of
asking.
this
It's
from
important.
what people did wrong. I mean, yeah, you don't want to do this wrong, especially in the winter.
Yes, yes. Stay alive.
There you go. That's true. Stay alive. I'll say that. Al says that too. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
When I look you into your eyes, we play into this game. I think I'm hypnotized. I'll never be the same. Keep floating through the wind. My soul wants to speak. The song will never end, but the samba never ends. The rhythm of your body drives me wild. In the moment I am a child, child, child. But wait a minute, love. Wait a minute, darling. Just wait a minute, honey. Just wait a minute, love. Whoa, whoa, oh, no. Whoa, whoa, no. I come into your life, we swing into this game. I think I'm hypnotized. I'll never be the same. You circle me with your love. We run into the night. You're looking like my dove. I lift you up to the light. Rhythm of your body drives me wild. In the moment I am a child. child, child, child. But wait a minute, love. Wait a minute, darling. Just wait a minute, honey. Just wait a minute, love. Whoa, whoa, no. Whoa, whoa, no. Whoa, whoa, no. Whoa, whoa, no. But wait a minute, love.
Wow, that was amazing. Salt miners, everyone. Wow, you guys rock together. Absolutely rock together. Mike McReynolds, Nora Bowles, and J.R. Robusto, matches made in heaven. Just the best sounds. Wow, I mean, when you're just perfect together. When you harmonize, it's just perfect. The combination of your amazing guitar work and the beautiful sultry voice and wonderful beat keeping, and then you got this nice bluesy rock and roll essence to you. You put it together and you've got magic. You've got the Salt Miners, everyone. You haven't seen them yet. Up, and you guys are busting out all over the seams now. Gigs are falling out of the sky, and when I know that we can see you play all the wineries, all the good spots. You know, the high-class joints. So, Mike, tell us, how did this get started? There's a cool story behind it.
Oh, you know, I started a group called the Salt Miners about 15 years ago, and I live on Salt Mine Road, and so this is a third generation. And JR and I have been playing together for quite a while, and I seen Nora playing. And I thought, God, maybe that would be a good combination. And it has been. It's been really nice because we're all a little bit different, but we have a nice blend. So it's been working.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I know that you play Pillsbury Winery, Nora. Where else do you play?
Oh, my God. Javelina Leap Winery, Vino di Sedona, that brewery, Thumb Butte Distillery, and the list goes on and on and on. We're starting to make more crossroads in the Prescott area, so we're finally getting up and over the hills.
All right.
It's been fun, and it all started when we started jamming at the farmers market, and people were like,
yes.
Hey,
wow.
You guys sound good. You want to play at a party or a gig? And then it
all
just happened from there.
Well, that's just great. You know, when it happens naturally like that, that's just great. And JR, it really works for you. And I know I've seen you in so many different incarnations, and they're always wonderful. But this is really awesome. I'm really liking this one. This trio, it's just really working. You guys are keeping busy.
Yeah, it's kind of like we can play small gigs, we can play larger gigs, we can play parties, we can play dance music. We play a lot of blues, so we have a lot of different variations we can do. So
right, that's true. Yet you sound different than everybody else. You know, you can say, well, we do covers and we do blues, but you sound like you're only you. I have to say that. I hear a lot of bands, but there's a very different sound from you. You can't just say it's just blues. There's more to it. It's richer than that. There's like a lot happening in there for a trio, yet you sound like a full band. Again, that's great in this little funny room to have that. So really super. Where do you see going with this? I mean, you guys are like taking off.
Honestly, it's just like, honestly, folks, it's three old people that just are going to do music, and it's like end of story. It's like, what do you do? Music. It's what we do. It's something that we love because heaven knows that there are easier and probably other ways to make money, but it's what we love.
Right.
So.
It's got to be the fun way to do it.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Well, that's
fantastic. Makes me smile a lot.
That's great. Well, I know we can check out on Facebook. You've got a great Facebook page.
Yes.
Thank you for keeping us up to date on where you're playing. Of course, you can call Nora if you want to book them. That's the easiest way.
It's on the
booking
Facebook
mistress
site.
here. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to have them play for you, of course, we're going to keep up with you in all these gigs that you have upcoming. Really great stuff. Mike, thank you for being here. Nora. JR, always great to see you. You guys absolutely rock. I'm going to be stuck to your Facebook page to follow you guys around. I'm your new groupie.
We'll send you lots of money for going.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm not getting paid for this endorsement. I'm a music lover, and I know good stuff when I hear it. And this really works, because I've known you all individually, and you're awesome. Put it together, it's just magic. So great job keeping the third time's a charm, right, as they say?
I know it, huh? Yeah, that's kind of wonderful.
Thank you all very much for watching the Verde Valley Experience. I always appreciate you. Check us out at verdevalleytv.com and on Facebook. I leave you with the Salt Miners.
We're going to do a song by Greg Brown called Blues Go Walking.
Yeah.
In my bed, my blues go walk. My blues go walk. My blues go walk. In my bed, when I'm going down.
But my blues go walking, my blues go walking, my blues go walking. I lay in my bed and I don't make a sound. I lay in my bed, but my blues go walking around.
Yeah, my blues go walking. They go looking, someone's burning and someone's cooking, someone's smoking,
someone's out of her nightgown. My blues are looking, my blues go walking around. Fall in love if you can live it, if you can give it, if you can live it. Don't fall in love if you can't take it to town. Don't fall in love or your blues go walking around.
Yeah, my blues go walking. They go looking, someone's burning and someone's cooking, someone's moaning,
someone's out of her nightgown.